Hey everyone, Sean here, bringing you another video, looking at the latest addition to my collection. This is the Star Wars Han Solo and Chewbacca 2-pack. And boy, am I excited to have added these two to the collection. Nothing screams Star Wars to me personally than these two right here. Being able to add them to my collection has been bittersweet. You know, this year has been a fantastic year for me in collecting figures, and I will do a top 5 1/6 figures from 2015 video later on, maybe in like a month or so. But you know, a lot of my childhood favorite heroes are coming this year. You know, the Marty McFly was a big one, Han Solo's a big one, and Lord Vader is also on the way soon. That's another favorite of mine, but I digress. We're talking about Han Solo and Chewie. So let's go ahead and start off with the man himself, Han Solo. And I'm going to get right into it. The head sculpt itself has been somewhat controversial. For the most part, it has gotten more positive comments than negative. But we all know, or anyone who is a collector of 1/6 figures knows, that Harrison Ford's likeness is one of the most difficult to produce. And, you know, Hot Toys, I believe, have some of the best talent out there. And they were able to capture a young Harrison Ford pretty well. I mean, if I had to rate this out of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a perfect likeness, I would give this probably an 8 or a 9, 8.5. Let's just go down the middle. It's a great sculpt. The paint, as always with Hot Toys, is fantastic, very lifelike, except for this sculpt. There has no expression to it. It's lifeless. He looks bored. We all know Han Solo was bored a lot of times. Like, he didn't want to be around this kid and this old man trying to hunt down the Empire. But, I mean, he needed that smirk. He needed that swagger, that, you know, that cockiness that Han Solo has, that Harrison Ford was able to give to that character. And it just doesn't have it here. There's some screenshots going around or blurry pictures of the Stormtrooper Han Solo head, people saying that he does have a bit of a smirk, but you know, that's yet to be seen. But going back to this figure, yeah, it's a great likeness. The paint is awesome, just the expression isn't there. Now, getting onto the outfit, and short disclaimer here, my Star Wars knowledge is not as vast as others, so if I mispronounce something or call something incorrectly, please forgive me, especially when I get onto the accessories. Just forgive me. But getting onto Han Solo's outfit, you know, this is another area where Hot Toys excel and separate themselves from other 1/6 manufacturers, and they did not disappoint. I mean, they captured the likeness and the accuracy of the, you know, outfit that Han Solo wore in A New Hope from head to toe almost. Getting right into it, the bad is the boots. Everyone has complained about the boots, and I'm right there with everyone. They look really wonky. I mean, they look like they need to be filled out. They kind of wrinkle and fold weird because, you know, there is that ankle peg in there, and it leaves kind of with this thinner material that's in the boots. Like, I don't know if it's like soft points or weak points, but anyway, there's wrinkling in the boots where the gap is between the foot and the ankle. So that is one big complaint and one detractor from the figure, making it a perfect 10. I mean, the boots would have been nicer. And knowing Hot Toys, they'll come out with a better pair of boots that'll cause us to upgrade in the Empire Strikes Back version. We all know this. Anyone who's collected Hot Toys long enough knows it's like they almost screw something up on purpose so that when a new figure comes out, you buy that figure and then you also get parts breakdown or whatever by a second one to upgrade the original figure where they screwed up. But anyway, I think overall, the belt, his little belt that he holds his blaster in, you know, it's really well made. I think it's even better from the belt that was used on the DX07 Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker. That one had stuff falling off. The magnets were weak. This one seems to be slightly better quality, and thank you, Hot Toys, for that. I didn't have to glue anything. Nothing fell apart out of the box, and for that, I am grateful. Now, before I move on to Chewie, I want to talk about Han Solo's accessories real quick and just kind of get these out of the way. And as you can see from this video, if you haven't noticed, I don't have Han Solo on the stand that came with the figure. And if you watch my Stormtrooper video, you would know that I really liked the stand that came with the Stormtroopers. And again, the same type of stand was used for Han Solo and Chewbacca, except, you know, it has a gray grate at the top, as you can see. But I can't use it because Chewbacca can't stand on it and be in a detolf without having to be all crouched up. And in order to show the height difference and, you know, to give that, to show the true stature of Chewbacca, I had to put him on the blank generic stand. That's all I could do. As much as I want to display it, it'll then, give an extra, half inch to Han Solo, which will put him at almost the same height as Chewbacca, and it would just look funky them being together with Han Solo nearly being the same height as Chewbacca. Just, to me, it wouldn't look right, and having Chewie crouched and crunched up just didn't appeal to me. But getting onto the rest of the accessories for Han Solo, you get quite a bit. I was quite surprised. It seems as though Hot Toys is starting to throw us just a little bit more than they did. Like 2013 and 14, the prices were going up as they continue to do. The accessories were getting lighter and lighter. So it's almost like Hot Toys heard collectors' complaints and started throwing a little bit extra. Like for Han Solo, I count his blaster as part of his his outfit. It's with him at all times. But you do get his blaster. You get the Stormtrooper belt. You get the Stormtrooper blaster rifle. You also get the extra hairpiece to put the headset on him for the Millennium Falcon. And since they are coming out with a diorama for it, it was a good addition for Hot Toys to include that. And you also get 3 pairs of gloved hands, and you get 2 pairs of ungloved hands. So a good variety here to do a multitude of poses for Han Solo. Me personally, the reason you don't see a lot of poses in my videos is because I don't like to pose them up too much. I'm always afraid I may break something by doing so I kind of just get them how I like them and leave them for a while. Now, switching gears, saving the best for last, we have the Chewbacca figure. And what can I say other than, wow, this figure is awesome. Hot Toys, again, as I said earlier, they just keep separating themselves from other 1/6 companies, and to be able to do a Chewbacca figure the way they handled this, and kudos to them. Hot Toys, keep doing your thing. They innovate, they create, and this is what keeps us buying and seeing and collecting what Hot Toys is doing and keeping our finger on the pulse of what's coming out, what might be next, and always wishing and hoping for, it'd be great if they did this figure or that figure or this person. Chewbacca was one that a lot of collectors needed to check off their list. I think this is by far the best figure they could have done to launch out their Star Wars line. Chewbacca is amazing. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't have, some issues. Mainly, the biggest one for me is the fur could have been lighter on the face. It's pretty dark. As you can see in the video, it doesn't come out as well. It definitely should have been a lot lighter, and there are collectors out there that have been painting or, modding their Chewbaccas to bring out the lighter fur on the face, and it looks so good. I personally am not going to be doing that to mine because I'm quite chicken, and I like to just keep my figures as stock as possible. Just leave them the way they are, and I'm sure they'll come out, again, like Han Solo, they'll come out with the Return of the Jedi version, and it will be improved, it will be better, and it's just one more figure that I'll have to grab anyway. Damn you, Hot Toys. But while Chewbacca doesn't have really a costume because he wears his fur, from head to toe, Hot Toys has done an amazing job. The fur is a little sticky or I don't want to say crusty, but it feels like they hit it with some hairspray. The fur feels more like if you have an old stuffed animal, or if your kid has a stuffed animal like a lion or something that had fur for the mane. That's what type of fabric it is. It's like that stuffed animal-y hair. I don't know what to call it, but that's what they use, and then they just kind of blasted it with a little bit of hairspray in certain spots to kind of get it to hold. And you can use this cool little comb here to brush your Chewbacca. Mine, for the most part, is exactly how it came out of the box. I mean, I did have a little dot on the top of the head that needed to be combed out as best I could. But the legs and the arms and the chest, everything, I kind of left stock because I'm pretty sure Chewbacca didn't take the time to comb his entire body. And, fighting the Empire, it's going to get a little funky and out of place and not so perfect. So I kind of like him the way he is, but that's my personal preference. You can do whatever you want with your Chewbacca. Comb him as much as you like. Going on to the accessories, I already spoke about the stand and why I'm not using it, but he does come with his, now again, I'm not 100% sure what the name is, but his little duffel bag, and that to me is more part of his outfit, his iconic little strap with whatever those little cartridge things are, and they are removable on the figure. You can take them out and switch them around, if you see right here on the one on the shoulder and the one on the chest area have a little bit of extra paint. It's almost like they painted Chewbacca and a little bit of the brown paint got on. It's I don't know. Anyway, you can move them around if you want. I could have moved those to the back, but again, I don't like messing with my figures too much. He also comes with this really great crossbow that he uses. You know, I never understood why it has two scopes. Does he hold it up and look out it with both eyes? I never really understood that. Anyway, Chewbacca knows how to use it. It's really well done. The wire on it is fragile, so if you snag it on something, be very, careful with it. And when you're putting it in his hand, it was a little difficult for me, and so I was, very cautious to not snag the crossbow string band wire on anything so that it wouldn't break, because if that did, it would be utter fail on my part. He doesn't really come with much. I mean, he comes with a headset that doesn't really fit on him that well. There's pictures out there, you can look it up. I'm not going to take mine apart, but it pretty much makes like the microphone at about his nose level. It's not really proportionate to him that well. He comes with an extra set of relaxed hands, and then he comes with the trigger hand, and then a hand to cradle the crossbow or whatever else you want to put in his hand. And he comes with the big old stormtrooper rifle, which is, a nice little repurposed accessory from the Stormtrooper 2-pack. But other than that, I mean, that's all he comes with. And you can say he was a little light on the accessories, but overall, I mean, what more do you need for a Chewbacca figure? I mean, you're not going to be pulling the head off because you'll probably damage the other fur or the sculpt, the fur on the sculpt somehow. So they couldn't really do that. So, I mean, they gave us all they could. And, I'm really happy with what we were given. But yeah, so in closing, this is an awesome 2-pack. Please, if you can do it, if you could get these figures, jump on it while you can, because no Star Wars fan who collects 1/6 should be without these figures. I think everyone that has them will, but if you're on the fence about, well, I'm not too sure because of the Empire Strikes Back version, who's to say it will be better? 9 times out of 10 it probably will be, but I mean, get it now, because we don't know when it's going to come. Hot Toys has said that they're going to go from the old trilogy to the new trilogy, and they've already started releasing figures from The Force Awakens, so it may be a while before we see Empire Strike Back figures. Get it while you can. You're not going to regret it. Thanks as always for watching. Like the video if you do. As my kiddo likes to say, leave a comment and subscribe. And until next time, everyone have a good holiday.